Hey, hey, y'all! Welcome to the Rainbows and Korean Team podcast. This is the hair loss episode. Ooh. Where do we begin?
I began a while back. You're beginning now, correct?
I am beginning. Depends who you ask. Depends who you ask.
You're beginning to lose your hair.
I have been. I actually looked at some pictures from like 2019, 2018, 2017, and I think I've been losing it for a while. I just haven't noticed.
I noticed.
Okay, but nobody ever said anything.
Because, I mean, I'm comfortable with being bald. I always knew I was going to be bald. My brother was bald like at 19, 20, 21, and I knew it was going to happen. So for me, I think I was always comfortable with it, and I never really cared about hair that much. I mean, I had my shape-ups and everything, but even when I had hair, it was really short. So for me, I was like, I'm bald.
You know what it is? I feel like it's everyone's first attack. Like, you ever just been on social media? A guy could just be living his best life, and the first comment, yeah, you're bald. It's like...
I mean, I'm also fat, so... You know,
you're like, that's my second.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, fatty. I'm like, all right.
Oh, damn. Now I feel bad.
No.
He's like, you call me bald? Please, thanks. To me, I was going to be like, okay, bring it back. Yes, I'm losing it, but I'm actively taking the steps to be able to combat it because I don't think I'm going to look good bald. I refuse to accept it.
I feel like I want to say like everybody looks good bald. You just have to like own it or get used to it. I don't know. Like I don't think I've ever seen somebody who's bald and I'm like, ugh, like, and I have a weird shaped head. So like, I just think you just got to get used to it. You got to own it. And I feel like you would own it. I feel like you would be like, I'm a bald man. Here we go. But it's okay. You don't want to own it.
And maybe I've just never thought. I just don't know what life will look like as a bald person. Like.
It's literally the same thing. I can't see my head. It's the same. Look, watch, look. It's the same thing. Maybe it's a little more chilly, but it's the same thing. You know, the draft.
I am not there yet.
Okay. No, that's fine. I get it. I mean, I don't get it.
My brother, like you, my brother's kind of just like embracing it and living his best life. He's not bald yet, but he obviously knows that he's lost it way quicker than I have. But he's kind of like, yeah, I got a girl and a kid, and I'm great.
Right,
and if
I'm married.
Yeah, he's like, if she loves me, I'll be good. And I know my husband for the same way. But it's a person.
Your husband's bald. Imagine he's like, you bald ass. Like,
he's like, you ugly piece of... Oh, whoa. The tables have turned and he's upset.
So what do you think it is? It could be, I don't want to be bald. That's fine. But is it just that?
Okay. I think where it comes from, and I'll unpack this at therapy on episode 5.
It's not going to be episode 5. I don't know why he said that.
On episode whatever that is. I did a shaving my head for an organization when I was in college. And when I shaved my head, people noticed that my head shape is kind of like a little ridgy in the top. I don't know, it has like some dents. Which I think, I was looking at you and you have some too.
Wait, are you talking about like my neck fat?
No, you have kind of some ridges that are not as noticeable but I've noticed.
But I have this, you know, I have the flat head. Like my mom put me on the floor type, you know.
I think you needed like a helmet as a kid.
No, my nephew had a helmet, and I did not have a helmet.
You should have.
My mom's like, shut up, he's fine, I guess. I don't know.
Cone head ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was not even, I don't know why that came out. Whoa!
Oh, I'm back in middle school. That's so good.
But
Terrible. Wave had it.
They used to call me when I was in
Lay's
college.
potato chips.
Yeah, okay.
Ruffles.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. They call me Ruffles. They call me Wavy Lays. They call me.
Wait, how come you said it like you were surprised when you shaved your head? If you're saying they called you, oh wait, as an adult they called you.
This
that?
happened in college.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Kids are brutal, even
20-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And they were my friends. So
Meanwhile, I just called you all those things right now.
Yeah. And I know they didn't mean it in a bad way, and they're still my friends now. But I was like, damn, I have a weird shaped head. I can't shave my head. There's no way. But, so I'm actively doing like You know, the minoxidil and the fentanyl.
You looking at me? I didn't try that.
It's not fentanyl.
I think I did one. Not, it's not fentanyl.
Sorry.
It's not. It's not that. No, I don't know what it is. I just know it's not that.
Finsteride. I think it's Finsteride.
Sure. The only thing I've done is like those little spike things that roll.
Oh yeah, the
Little
derma,
spiky
the
roller
derma
thing,
stuff.
but I did it. I tried to get a beard. 'Cause I got this like neck beard thing going on.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Embrace it, bro.
I'm gonna get a facelift just to have a higher beard. Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I'll do it. See, I have insecurities too. My little neck beard.
Let's do it. I actually didn't have a beard until I used a specific growth oil. I should give it to you. That's the only thing that worked for me.
That wouldn't work on your head. That's not a joke.
I don't. I've tried.
Why?
I've tried.
Oh, it didn't work.
I think it was just a beard thing.
I feel like those things are all scams.
Probably I probably just grew up. So,
So you're doing the not fentanyl on your head.
not fentanyl.
You're doing the
Just to
minoxidil on your
confirm,
head.
minoxidil, Finsteride, and I'm putting. I think it's helped with some growth, and I cover it up with some spray so I feel comfortable. And honestly,
kind of
it's like the barber spray, you know, that they use when you want to shape up,
Okay.
and it's like water resistant, so it's really been nice. So I could go to the pool and not like come out with patches.
Because I was gonna say, like, can you just be out here
No.
like, oh, like you look
In
like
the
an
summer,
octopus.
I'd be at the beach, the pool outside, and it's been perfect. So,
Okay.
honestly, if it wasn't for that thing, that spray, which I shout out to my barber, King, I would be so insecure. I don't think I would want to go to work.
What does it look like without the spray?
It just looks thin.
Hmm.
It's really just right here in the middle. It's just thin. It's like super thin. So I cover it up so it's all even and dark. And if it really wasn't for that spray, I think I would probably not work in a school.
Really? Because kids are brutal.
Kids are brutal.
I have like this huge circle bald spot on my head. It gets really thin and patchy over here, and I don't shave my head as often as I'm supposed to. If I want it to look decent, I have to shave every 3 days, and I'm not going to do that. It's a lot. I'm not going to do that.
I respect your confidence, though.
I don't know if it's confidence as much as it is
Laziness?
apathy, laziness. like when we were teaching remotely in COVID, much like I was like this on a microphone, teaching students, microphone and a headset. I didn't have to leave the house, so I just didn't shave my head for a long time, like almost 2 months, right? And then when things started dying down, coming down, it never really went down, but it started getting less. We went to the movies, right? A bunch of our friends. Josh was there. Hey, Josh. And one of our friends was like, Jay,
It's time.
No. She was like, I don't want to offend you. I don't know how to tell you this. I want to ask you a question. I'm like, okay. She's like, are you trying to grow your hair? And I said, oh, no. I'm just super lazy and I don't feel like shaving it. She's like, oh, good, because it's terrible. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
that's
I'm
so
not,
nice of her.
Yeah, I was like, you're absolutely right. I'm just lazy. Like, because it was like,
It's like patch and patch.
it was so bad. And I didn't care. And I guess you should care a little bit more about your appearance. I should. I just,
But again, if it doesn't impact you to a way where you feel like uncomfortable, who cares?
Yeah, my wife says I have the weirdest things that I'm embarrassed about, and then a lot of things that I should be, or she thinks I should be embarrassed about, I'm not. And she's like, it's so confusing.
Yeah,
It'd be
it
something
is.
small, like I got a tiny stain, like, oh my god. And she's
You're like,
really?
a full half head of hair. No.
She's like, really? I'm like, oh my god, people are looking at me. Oh my god.
Yeah. The bald spot, absolutely. I'm done. Okay.
Maybe that's anxiety. I don't know.
And to me, the bald spot feels like, I've covered enough that people don't notice it as much. You guys have been like, my friends are like, it doesn't like you losing hair, which I'm grateful.
I didn't know you used the powder or the spray.
Yeah, which is great, right? Because I don't overdo it either. Where I'm like, I look like I have a whole new head of hair. People do that. I'm like, it doesn't look good. I just try to cover it up, maintain what I have. I think what happens though is that one, it requires a lot of maintenance. I'm every day I wake up, make sure the spray is good, make sure it looks good. I put a do-rag on, make sure it's flat. Because if it's not flat, it's gonna look crazy.
That's exhausting.
It is. I wake up, make sure I got my mousse, all my stuff. I gotta make sure my lineup looks decent. So, but when people are speaking to me, I'm always like, do they notice? Do they notice? Do they notice? And whenever somebody just looks up, you can like, I'm very self-aware. So the minute somebody glances up, like, they look at my bald spot, and I definitely like hide a little bit. So I think it's always gonna be a little bit of an insecurity until I tackle it completely.
So like if I'm talking to you and there's a tarantula behind you, you're like, he's looking at my bald
Yeah,
head.
no, yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, but I'm honestly just trying to save your life. You're like, I know it looks stupid. Like I'm like, that's not what I
Yeah,
said.
it's a me thing. It's definitely a thing. But if I'm comfortable with you, I'm gonna confirm, be like, "Yo, you looking at my head?" And I'd be like, "No."
Is it ever yes?
No, it's everybody is, which is good. But yeah, I think it just, I don't know. And I feel like my hair makes me feel young. I feel like balding makes me feel old. Like it's like, oh, this is a rite of passage.
Almost been bald for 10 years.
Yeah, I've never known you with hair.
Yes, you have. We were roommates in this program. I was 26 years old. I had really short hair and a shape up. He doesn't remember. I didn't cut my hair till 1 year into teaching. Actually, yes, 2 years into teaching. Right before I came to our school that we worked together at, I worked in high school for 2 years, and right at the end of that 2 years is when I shaved my head.
Boy,
but
it
again,
was so thin.
it was not thin. It was short.
Sorry.
Like when I shaved my head, mad people told me you didn't have to do that yet. It wasn't time, and I'm like, I wanted to go on my own, right? I didn't want it to be like it's time. I didn't want anybody to have to be like,
Yeah, bro, cut that.
so I shaved it on my own, and it was so short that my students didn't even notice, right? It was like almost a whole day, and then towards the end of the day, somebody was like, Mr. Salazar,
You cut your hair.
you could
You
cut your
bald?
hair? Yeah. And I was like, yeah. And they were like,
Oh.
and that's when it began. That's when I first experienced the, can I touch it? No. No, you can't.
But to me, I think that also shows like how it's really not that important. It's probably, this is more for me than anybody else. It wasn't that important. You with short hair and you bald did not have any impact on who you are.
No, it didn't. I mean, I'm sure I had some. No, I know I had some insecurities about going bald, and I was like thinking about the how light it was, and actively wondering, is it time? Should I wait a little longer?
Yeah.
Purposefully cutting it short because I didn't like. I used to once upon a time I used to have like a three in a brook, or a 3 in a shape up, or a 3 in a fade. You know, I had hair
What's
once.
a brook?
I don't remember what a brook is. I
Okay.
just remember asking for a brook, and you know why I asked for it? Because I was at a barbershop when I was like 13 or something, and somebody said, "Let me get a brook," and I'm like, "Yep, let me get a
Let me
brook."
get a brook.
Don't know what it is till this day.
I love that.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'm sure I had those insecurities, but I think I got over them pretty quickly. But for you, it sounds like it's like a part of you. You know what I mean? Like you're a fashion guy. I'm
Yeah.
not. I would wear plain clothes. I would wear plain clothes any and all day. I don't care about whether I'm matching or not. I should, but I don't.
You've gotten better. So
I've gotten better though,
Okay.
so I guess I do care. I'm lying.
You care
I've
a
gotten
little
better.
bit. You care a little bit. You look good. As you said, to me, it's so much more than just hair. It's like a part of your identity and like creativity. Like when I had really strong follicles, I was able to like
When my follicles are out here,
when
like
my follicles was out here going crazy, I had a high top, and then like I would dye it and they would be blonde. It's probably why I lost it with all the bleaching, but like, you know, I would
that a
bleach
thing?
it. I don't know, I'm just naming things. But, you know, I would bleach it. I went blonde. I went like a little bit of like a brown. Like I was able to switch it up. I had like curls at the top. Like to me, it matched my state of being at the time. Like,
I know I'm poking fun, but it's real. Like I know I'm poking fun, but I'm also like at the same time like,
yo, like when I was like fully out and like really in myself, like that's when I went blonde and I felt the most bold. And that to me was such a good phase. And a lot of people hated the blonde, and they've told me that.
did you love the blonde?
But I love the blonde, and I
Period.
didn't care.
You said I did it before Bad Bunny.
Exactly. But that was, I felt super bold, like bold at the time. You know, when I had the curls, I was feeling real like suave, sexy. I was in my like Latino vibe.
said?
Yeah, like, you know, I was wearing loafers and tight jeans. Like it was the vibe. And then when I had the high top, I was in college, and that felt, I was growing into myself, and I felt powerful. And to me, like I felt tall, and the high top reflected that at the time. Like I
Because
was
it made
like,
you 6'2".
exactly
Right.
right. So it
Sorry.
just was good. It reflected where I was,
Yeah.
and now I'm only in one state. It can't change right now. I have to be short. I have to be the same Caesar and tape up that I've had for the last 4 years.
That makes sense. Why I didn't care much, and you were like, you can't. You feel like you're like, you can't express yourself.
Yeah, I'm losing a part of myself.
Damn. You need multiple parts because the follicles are not as strong.
Yeah, there's a million of them, so I'm losing.
They're
a
like,
lot. Fighting for their life with all that black spray covered up. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like a part of me's dying. And it's like, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to like embracing what that comes with.
bald folks everywhere are listening to you like,
Boo.
so I'm dead.
Yeah.
They're like, so I'm dead.
He's
So I'm
like,
dead.
You're doing too much. Like that.
No, I get it. I mean, again, I don't get it, but I can appreciate your love for your hair and the way you were able to express yourself and the way you were able to help, how the way it helped you shape your identity and who you were, like you said, who you were in that stage of your life.
Yeah.
Right? And now you're like, this is me for the rest of my life.
And I think that's why I move more towards fashion.
Ooh. Wait, so you weren't a fashion guy? You were just a hair guy?
I think I was pretty basic back in the day. Like, I wouldn't consider myself, like, always into it. I dressed decently. I've always, like, had a sense. I'm like, yeah, I could wear this and these pants, whatever. But I learned a lot over the years because I wanted to express myself in a different way.
Wow. So do you think if you never, no, you probably still get it. You probably still get there. But if you never started losing your hair, do you think you wouldn't be as fashionable?
I wouldn't be as, like, bold with it. Like, I'm starting to step
Instead,
into,
you're
like,
bald with it.
Yes, I struggle with those words. I'm a Latino. Multilingual.
I don't know how we got there. I did a good joke about balding with it instead of bolding with it.
Oh,
and then we just missed
because
it.
I'm struggling with the A and the O.
I just thought it was a good. Never mind. That was good, right? They can't answer me, but that was good.
Okay. Anyways. So to me, I feel like I am like really pushing myself, trying to push the boundaries and all that stuff. And that also has to do with my weight fluctuation always. So that's a whole different conversation on how that impacts my fashion. Like right now, I feel like I'm in the low with fashion because nothing feels comfortable. So I'm getting myself, trying to make sure I look good in all these places to push myself where I need to be. I think it's time for a random question generator.
Random question generator. I don't know what we can and can't do on this thing.
Is that song not? Is that?
That's super. The price is something that I'm not trying to say because again, I don't know what.
Da 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 da.
Boom, 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 boom. We're not gonna remember that, and it was so good. All right, do the random question generator.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
You go first because I have no idea.
I asked you. There's no way.
But then I'm gonna tell you something that's not true because in the moment I feel like I have to say something. All right, can I get like 20 seconds?
Yeah, 5.
Ask the question again.
What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Again, I don't know, but I guess what came to my mind is
Yeah,
the best
what comes to mind? Yeah.
that I ever received. I don't know. I like when people tell me that I made them laugh, made them think, or actually that's it. Make them laugh or make them think. That's like what I try to do. And sometimes I swing for the fences and I miss, and I'm okay with that. But when I don't know.
I think you can also describe like what compliments make you feel the best, and I think you've mentioned that many times. Where when people say, "Yo, you're so funny. You made me laugh. You made me feel good," you're like, "Yes, that's the best compliment for you."
The best compliment is if I'm in a room and I say a joke that I think is good, but it might not objectively be funny or
But
it might
everybody
not
laughs.
hit. No, there's one person that's like, I'm like,
I do want to say, yo, whenever Jay says a joke and I laugh, I make sure to look at him. Because I want him to feel good that he knows that the joke hit.
look,
Every
and
time.
I'll work on that in therapy myself. I will. But for now, thanks.
To me, it was
No,
actually...
you need to get a random question. No, a different one.
Oh,
Because you had mad time to think about this.
can I respond to it? Then we do it for me.
Fine, then we do it for you. Then I do a second, and I
Yeah,
have time.
exactly.
To
Okay,
think.
cool. So to me, the next time I could have done it first. To me, one of my closest friends, best friends, my girl, my sis, was like, "Yo, in our like friendship group, you are the anchor." Like she was like, "Yo, like we all have our role, but you always like bring us together. You always guide us where we need to be. You always bring us back. You always ground us." And I was in tears. Like that was like the best compliment I've ever received, and it always impacts me in how I want to guide my life. So, another question.
Damn, I was like, when people freaking laugh.
Okay. What incredibly strong opinion that it is. What incredibly strong opinion do you have that is completely unimportant in the grand scheme of things?
If you can sing, I know you were supposed to answer first, but I have a really
Okay.
good one. If you can sing, karaoke isn't for you. I don't really believe that, but you know, I don't even get upset because again, it's not important in the grand scheme of things. But I don't get upset. But I'm like, people are here. Some people are a little, right? Some people are singing things out of tune. The whole bar is singing and laughing. It's lit, haha. And then somebody comes in here and is amazing and incredible. I would cry if I was watching them on The Voice. But I'm like, that's not what this is for.
It honestly pisses me off.
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
And
And
if I could sing, I would be in karaoke.
so every single time.
I would be in karaoke. Singing, yes, I'm a hypocrite.
So
Yes.
what do you want to do to the karaoke?
I'm just a hater. I'm a hater. That's it. I'm a hater, right? So, like, ignore everything I just said because I'm just a hater. I get why you're there. But I'm also, like, because I can't sing, I'm like, you know?
You know how I feel the same way about people who play like Just Dance or like Dance Dance Revolution.
If they're good.
If you're good, it just ruins the vibe.
It
like,
does.
Yeah. Holding on to that bar for dear life.
Because, like, it wasn't meant to be played like that.
Right.
Come on.
Now you're just making me feel bad.
And also, if I could play Dance Dance Revolution, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will die on this hill. Stand on the hill?
Die on the hill.
Okay.
But I don't want to die, but I hear you.
I will stand on it. I'll stand on my tippies.
No, you die on the hill. Die on the hill.
If you like Bloody Marys, I automatically can't trust you.
Why?
It's the most disgusting drink in the world.
It's the most disgusting. Yeah, it's pretty. No.
I was like, hey.
For a long time, he said A because we've been having this back and forth on what we can and can't say, and we don't know what we can and can't say, and if we can reference things, and will we get sued if we reference things? I don't know. Anyway, I don't like Bloody Marys, but for a long time, my opinion was, it wasn't even an opinion, my dumb joke, I guess, was you shouldn't be able to have a drink and put it on spaghetti and it be okay. And obviously, Bloody Mary doesn't taste good with spaghetti, but in my mind, it's just, why is there tomato sauce in this drink? I don't understand it. I don't get it.
It's the whole celery, bacon, the whole mix.
It's
to
a
me.
meal.
Exactly.
However, I went to Puerto Rico.
It was
Not that Puerto Rico had Bloody Marys, but I was in Puerto Rico, and I needed help in the morning, and somebody said Bloody Mary, and I was like, I guess, and I tried it, didn't like it, but I did feel better. And it might have been placebo. I'm just saying I felt better. Have I had a Bloody Mary since then? No. But I'm not against it as I was before. So now, do you not trust me because I've had one?
Maybe I need to grow up.
Maybe. But
Because
also
I was the
with
same
tomato sauce
way.
and,
I was the same way with like a lot of food back in the day. I've gotten better.
like, you don't like blood sausage.
Because that's nasty.
It's so good. Blood sausage is so good.
That's... No.
It's delicious.
Es limoncillo, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
No way. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I also think, and I'm not even gonna name this person because I live with them, but
I'm not gonna name my husband.
Yeah. There's not a certain way to do toilet paper. Just do your toilet. It doesn't matter. I hate people that argue about that.
Oh, like the.
It has to be
over or
under. It has to be. As long as it's touching your butt and you good. Why are we arguing about
Yeah,
that?
I couldn't care less. No, couldn't care less. I couldn't. Care
I
less.
put it this way and I got reamed. It needed to. Come on now.
Damn.
There's more important things in life. Those are my two things I was thinking of.
I get that. This was fun. I need one more because that was fun.
Oh, we want to continue? I
Yeah.
love it.
Whoever has like a really good answer that needs to get it out, they'll go first.
Okay, go. I don't know why I went through it. I should have done that. It should have been random. Okay.
That was
I'm gonna
random?
actually. I was like, let me. 3, 2, 1. What are you interested in that most people haven't heard of?
I'm sure I have something, but in my head I'm like,
Jay's like podcast.
right. Nobody heard.
All right, let me do a new one then.
Yeah, good. That was not a good. I mean, it was a good question. We don't have good answers.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? And why is it? For me, it would be transporting instantly. I could go anywhere.
You don't. You,
Go ahead, I say it.
you don't think about like if you transport. You don't think about when they say like, oh, the Earth is going to be in a different part of space. You think that's like it's going to be part of the formula to transport?
What are you talking about?
Because like, ready? If you're here, again, I might be wrong. If you're here, look, you're here on the globe, and as the Earth's moving, whatever miles per hour, when you leave and transport somebody else, the Earth's not there anymore. Once you transport, the Earth's not where it was because the Earth's moving. So like in your formula with powers, as you transport, is it keeping that in mind?
What are we doing?
I don't know. That's where my head goes.
You made my superpower so boring. Now I'm a physics thing. Come on now. Let me go to Jamaica in peace.
Okay. Again, I'm just saying where my brain went. Okay, superpowers, but don't do the thing because I don't need you to do the same scrutiny to me.
No, I was not.
Good. I'm doing it to myself. Super speed is dope, but I feel like I don't know how super speed should be portrayed or how it would feel. Like, am I going fast? Because that's fine, but I don't want to be going fast compared to you, because then I still got to do the things. Like I got to go to work. Like, this is stupid, and maybe it's 2 seconds in your time, but for me, I'm like, this is literally
A long time. So
I'm
in the grand
literally
scheme,
jogging to work right now. I'm jogging to work right now for like an hour and 55 minutes. Yeah, in your time, it took me 3 seconds, but I physically have to do the thing.
But I think it wouldn't feel like an hour. It'd feel like
How does
3
that make
seconds.
sense?
So, are you asking? I think it'd be cooler if time stopped
Right, but if time is stopping, you still have to physically move.
for 3 seconds.
No, you're just explaining time travel. That's time travel. I'm not time travel. That's teleportation. That's not super speed. Super speed, you still have to move.
So, just don't do it then. Do something that at this point, every superpower feels like a task.
Yeah, that's the ADHD, bro.
Laser
I'm like,
beams.
I have questions.
Laser beams. What's the questions?
Laser beams?
Does it hurt when they come out of you too?
Does it hurt when you come out of you? With laser beams, right? Does it hurt when it comes out of you?
Yes.
Can you control them all the time? What if you're sleeping? If you have a nightmare, does it come out? If you don't open your eyes while you have the laser beams, does it go through
Burn
your
your
eyelids?
lids?
Right? Or do your eyelids have some sort of protection? Right? Does the laser beams come out with your eyelids closed and you're just burning your insides? Like, there's so many questions I have with laser beams.
You would be a great Marvel writer.
No, I wouldn't. They'd be like, we haven't made it past the fucking first scene, and this is page 96.
And everybody's died. Yo, okay.
Okay, sorry.
So
balding.
yeah. I like the random question generator.
Is it what?
I like the random
I like
question.
the random
Yeah.
question generator. So balding.
Okay. So treatment.
Treatment.
What do you know about treatment?
I don't know much about. I mean, I know the different options. Right? I've seen people do tattoos. Is that treatment or like a hiding? Is that treatment?
Damn, hiding. How dare you isolate them into that?
I don't know. Tattoos. I don't look personally.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Two things. One, I've never seen. I mean, I'm sure there are. No, never mind. I've seen tattoos with like longer hair. Right? People have
Yeah.
longer hair and they have tattoos, kind of like the way you use your spray. I guess that could work. I personally don't understand the tattoo to have what appears to be short hair.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Honestly, what you had in when you were 26
Yeah.
was given tattoo.
Wow.
Not in a bad way.
How was that a good way?
Sorry.
It's giving tattoo. That's not a good thing, I think. I don't know.
But it was just so short that like it didn't look like it could have passed off as a tattoo.
I think that's an insult.
That's not an insult. Okay,
Again,
let me
it's not my
rephrase that.
preference. I don't like the.
I think it depends how you do it. Like, if you make it look like you have like a full perfect shape of the whole time, I think you could tell that looks like a tattoo. I think you have to make it look almost a little imperfect, so it looks more natural. Like it shouldn't look like a perfect tattoo. Like it could look like the lineup could look a little chill.
Oh, you don't want the Steve Harvey.
I don't know what that means.
You don't, look at Steve Harvey's old hairline was just like
Exactly.
it wasn't a tattoo, but it was like I think.
Because it can't look that perfect. Because then I'm gonna tell.
What happens if you tell? I'm gonna tell how. What are you just looking at? Bald people like tattoo. No.
Oh, now I feel bad. Sorry.
Right. Well, get anything, and just make fun of Josh. Period. Right.
Don't put that into the atmosphere.
True. Don't do that. Come on, stop. Okay. Tattoos.
Transplant.
There are transplants, and look, I honestly feel as though I do not care about being bald. Honestly, I wish there was a hair. I mean, maybe there is bald like hair removal. Like, get rid of all of it. Laser remove all this hair. I think I'd be okay. Cause
Like forever.
yeah, forever. Because I don't want to have to keep shaving the small patches and this part of my. I just want it to be gone. If I'm gonna be bald, be bald. Because like my students are like, Mr. Salazar, your hair grows so fast for not having hair. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
I have to shave every 2 days.
It's exhausting. But so again, I say I don't care, and I believe I don't care, but I'd be lying to you if my For You page didn't have so many hair transplant things. Maybe because I say bald, because I comment bald, and
The
they're
algorithm,
like
yeah.
hair transplant, or maybe subconsciously I'm like, one
me
day
get a hair
I don't
transplant.
I don't want a hair transplant.
I think that is my biggest contender, like of things I want to do in a couple years.
Okay.
I've seen videos. It looks successful. It looks like it works. It may take some time. Will I do it? If I have to work in the school the next day, probably not. Like it'd be like a summer thing.
You're not going to work?
It'd be like a summer thing.
Why?
Because I don't want to. I'm gonna have to. You see the way it looks after?
Yeah, let's a little.
Like it looks like little funguses. I cannot go to work the next day with fungus.
Middle schoolers are not going to make fun of you.
Please. Yeah, like that would be like I'm leaving June and not coming back till September.
Okay. So you want a hair transplant?
Yeah, I'd go to like Turkey. I've seen it in DR. I've seen like what places.
I feel like with hair transplants, like I don't understand them because they take it off of your head, correct? Yes. But if you're balding, isn't a part of your hair isn't that part of your hair gonna eventually bald also?
Most men, the side, even like you've seen old guys. Most of the time, the side of the hair still is great. Most men in the side don't lose their hair. Most of the time, it's the crown and the front.
But what if you're one of those men?
I mean, then don't get a transplant.
But you wouldn't know.
I mean, they could probably tell if it's like
Wait, so
degenerative.
you're telling me people get transplants and they're good? I feel like that can't be true. I feel like there has to be people who get transplant and then they have to get another one. That's
Probably.
not
But most people don't.
okay. So
From, also, I have no credibility. I don't know for a fact.
you're saying most people you have no idea?
Most people I've
He
seen on
said
TikTok.
you will not have to. You never will have to. My sources say. Also, I have no idea.
My algorithm tells me that it lasts for at least 10 years.
Okay. Okay.
Like a good 10 years of hair sounds great.
There are other options.
A toupee.
I've seen good ones.
Yo, they've been going hard these days.
I've seen really good ones. So they're so good. People were like, "This is catfishing," and I'm like,
Yes.
"Isn't that the point?"
Yes. They look good.
The only problem I have with I don't have a problem. Like, I can't believe I don't have a problem. It's, you better not. No, it's not a problem. It's if this is my toupee.
I'm sorry.
Am I boring you?
No.
It's fine if I'm boring you.
Can my assistant get me a tissue?
No,
Can I actually get a
I'm
tissue?
in a moment.
Can you hold it?
Where's your?
Right there.
Where's your tissue?
Is that you with your toupee?
Yeah, it's my toupee.
It's right there. The tissue's right there.
Oh, that's a paper towel.
That's fine.
Oh. Here you go, little buddy.
I think I should have taken my allergy medicine. Turning off my camera. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're back.
Okay,
So that's your toupee.
so this is my toupee, all right?
See.
Again, the only qualms I have with a toupee, not that I'm ever going to get one, I'm just saying, like, this is what I think about for folks who get toupees.
Right, right.
The tan line.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you get a toupee, don't you have to always have a toupee on? Because that tan line is hard.
I mean, if you take it off, you probably can just get like tanning, like get a tan.
Yeah, but you know how hard it is to match that? There's no way.
You're gonna have to get a full body spray tan.
But one is already darker than the other one's full body spray. You gotta get like a 6 and a 3.5. You gotta fade the tan. Like, it's a lot. Like, there's no way.
A faded tan sounds like a vibe.
I just feel
Yo,
bad.
let me get a 2 tan with a 1 with a taper.
I just feel bad. There's good wigs, good toupees, man. There's good
Yo,
ones.
there's folks been getting like full shape ups. It looks fire.
So you get a toupee.
I would get a toupee. What I'm afraid of, and again, I don't do this ever. It's not my style. If I ever get into an argument or a fight, the first thing somebody's gonna do is take that off my head. I'm going home.
Wait, why are you scared if you don't fight?
Now I get a toupee, instantly somebody wants to fight me. It just happens.
Because you just look better.
I look good now.
You look good now because you didn't look good before.
Right. Shame.
Insecurity. You look good now. People are like, oh my God, you look so good. I'm going to fight you. And I'm going to rip your hair. It's a toupee.
And a bitter girlie is gonna pass by and just.
Why are you
rip
fighting
them-
girlies?
A bitter man.
A getter man. Why are you fighting getter men?
A bitter man is gonna pass by and just rip that off my head, and I'm gonna be so pissed.
My therapist would say or ask, how likely is this to actually happen?
Out of 100%, 0.2.
And it's
I
still,
don't really argue with people like that.
and it's still a fear.
Yeah.
Wait, how many fights have you gotten into in your life?
Physically,
Yeah.
now I feel like people are gonna be pressing me now.
Oh, I heard.
Yeah.
Physically, one.
Okay, in that one fight,
Did somebody pull off
did
my
they
toupee?
pull on your regular hair before the toupee?
No.
So in 100% of the fights you've been in, they did not pull your hair. But if you get a toupee,
Instantly,
person-
that's just the first thing that's gonna happen. Automatically.
wouldn't that happen with the transplant? Like,
You gonna pull off a follicle?
yeah, no?
I mean, no, because it's my hair. That's in my head.
Oh, then I clearly don't understand transplants. And that's okay.
So, there's dead follicles. And again, I'm not a doctor.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like, look, let me school you real quick. Like, he has no idea.
Let me put you on. So, you have a bunch of dead follicles here, right? Believe me when I tell you.
Sure. I don't think you believe you. But go.
I believe they removed those dead follicles. Now you got some holes. They take follicles from the side of your. What I
I have
appreciate.
seen the holes.
What I appreciate is that like these are people doing one by one.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like that's cool. They take a follicle, and boop, plug them into those holes, which leads to now regenerating of hair.
But don't you have holes in the other ones? No?
Because these are good, they actually regenerate.
Oh!
What's the issue is that these don't regenerate anymore.
I thought like you out here just like living with holes.
No, so they'll grow back.
Oh.
Because your hair follicles are good here, they'll keep growing. Here they're not. They put good ones so they could grow. It's kind of like a skin graft.
All right, if I get not me, but if I in this scenario it's me. If I get a hair transplant, can I use a razor and shave it off?
Yeah. And it grows back.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
That's why it's literally a transplant.
And guess what? If your wig or your toupee gets pulled off, it goes back.
Wow. Deep.
You know? And isn't that just life? Grow.
Here we go. All right.
To me, though, there's a level of embarrassment. Like, if somebody pulls a wig off like that, I'm just instantly lost. Even if I beat you up, I'm dead.
So now, if we ever actually get big, right, you're gonna have
Somebody's
an
gonna
extra
pull that
security
toupee.
just to have somebody to protect you and your hair.
I'm gonna have a toupee guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because
Somebody
now,
to dive in front of the hand. You know?
is this a sports thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
In my head, I saw it in my head, but I didn't know how to put it. You know, I didn't know how to act it out in front of the camera. Yeah, but okay.
So, folks who remember this, don't be pulling off my toupee, because
This is literally an episode inviting people to grab on your toupee. And I feel so bad for your future. Just like there's gonna be an episode, people are gonna be like, "Can I?" It's gonna be a thing. Oh crap! It's gonna be a thing. We have put ourselves in a bad situation, and it's our fault. What's happening on this thing?
I'm gonna be selling toupees.
Right?
I'm gonna have a toupee line. Ooh.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Okay.